Hey guys, thank you so much for your company. In our English video lesson, we're going to learn some advanced words with the Four Horsemen. The vocabulary that I'll be teaching is also in the description for you to read. Plenty of example sentences there. I hope you enjoy the lesson.
One of the things we've all met is the accusation that we are strident or
So here, Richard Dawkins opens with, one of the things we've all met is the accusation that we are strident. Let's talk about the adjective strident, which means loud or harsh, usually in one's criticism of something, in this case of religion.
arrogant or vitriolic or
Vitriolic, that we are vitriolic, that what we say has bitter criticism.
shrill.
Shrill, characterized by high-pitched sound. So essentially what he's saying is that religious people accuse us of being kind of aggressive in our approach.
What do we think about that?
Yeah, well, I'm amused by it because I went out of my way in my book to address reasonable religious people.
So Dan Dennett says, I'm amused by it. I find it interesting. I'm kind of entertained by it because I actually made extra effort. I went out of my way to engage with reasonable religious people.
I test flew the draft with groups of students who were deeply religious. And indeed, the first draft incurred some real anguish.
The first draft incurred real anguish. Anguish is mental or physical pain. Normally mental pain. It incurred, it was subject to.
And so I made adjustments and made adjustments. And it didn't do any good in the end because I still got hammered for being rude and aggressive. And
I still got hammered. I was slammed. I was still severely criticized.
I came to realize that it's a no-win situation. It's a mug's game.
It's a mug's game. It's rigged. There's no way you can achieve any good outcome out of this situation.
The religions have contrived to make it impossible to disagree with them critically without being rude.
So he asserts that religions have contrived, have manufactured, have created a situation where you can't disagree with someone who's religious without being accused of being impolite or rude.
You know, they sort of play the hurt feelings card.
They play the hurt feelings card. They go, oh, my feelings are hurt. You're obnoxious. You're rude.
At every opportunity, and you're faced with the choice of, well, am I going to be rude, or am I going to articulate this criticism? I mean,
am I going to articulate this criticism? Am I going to communicate this criticism clearly?
am I going to articulate it, or am I just going to button my lip?
Or am I going to button my lip? Am I going to keep quiet?
Right. Well, that's what it is to trespass a taboo. I think
That's what it is, Sam says, to trespass a taboo. Trespass normally means to explore an area where you're not allowed to go. When you trespass a taboo, you bring up a topic, you discuss a topic that is taboo, that people usually frown upon, that they believe this topic is off the table, it's forbidden.
we're all encountering the fact that religion is held off the table of rational criticism in some kind of formal way, even by, we're discovering, our fellow secularists and our fellow atheists. You know, just leave people to their own superstition, even if it's abject and causing harm. Don't look too closely at it.
Now that was, of course, the point of the title of my book, is there is this spell and we got to break it.
Now this is a spell. It's kind of like a curse that we have to break, that we have to dismantle.
But if the charge of offensiveness in general is to be allowed in public discourse, then without self-pity, I think we should say that we too can be offended and insulted.
So Christopher Hitchens says that, well, if this charge of being upset or offended is allowed, then we should also be given this option to be offended without self-pity, without feeling sorry for ourselves.
I mean, I'm not just in disagreement when someone like Tariq Ramadan, accepted now at the high tables of Oxford University as a spokesman, says the most he'll demand when it comes to the stoning of women is a moratorium on it.
A moratorium is a temporary stop to something, and we normally use it with a preposition on, a moratorium on something.
I find that profoundly much more than annoying.
Right. Yeah.
Insulting, not only insulting, but actually threatening.
But you're not offended. This is you don't take any. I don't see you taking things personally. You're alarmed by the liabilities of certain ways of thinking.
You are alarmed. You are alerted. You are concerned by certain ways of thinking, or certain flawed ways of thinking. Anyways, plenty of good words in this discussion. I may do another video lesson. Let me know if you have enjoyed this one in the comment section.